team right away. But outside of dreams, we got to talk about reality here, and we have a very real game coming out at us. Draft number 1, Leviathan versus the Night Horde, and we're already seeing something a little bit different. We're seeing Leviathan, first ban on this glue, a pick that has completely taken over. It is normally let through a lot, but it is still heavily prioed. And if we weren't in a global ban system, I would argue this could be a roamer that we would see almost every single game if it's not banned.
Guided by Lantern's light.
100%. 100%. I agree. This is such a brawly pick, right? With the current meta and the way that things are shaping, glue should not be let through in every single game. But it being global ban seems like it's going to be targeted, of course, on the side of Night Horde. But can you really target a ban towards Night Horde? If you look at target, take out the export, take out the Benedetta. There's some things that shouldn't be going through. But at the same time, I think with this blue side being Leviathan, red side being Night Horde, I would still say with the global bans, there isn't really a side you could pick, is there? Because right now there are more, the win rate kind of shifted in the past week from red to blue. But I think red right now, if you're on global ban, gets a lot more value.
And then we see the Valentina being banned. So are they gonna pick something, some kind of roam that has a great ult, maybe a great set?
Well, Sora's open right now. This forces a Sora ban onto Night Horde with the Valentina being gone. Unless they don't, which means the Marcel gets left open. If the Sora gets banned out here, then the Marcel gets left open, which we still haven't seen a win from yet. Just want to point that out. It's kind of on, it's on fraud alert for me right now. They go for, and the Bosher was open. So something gets let through. Leviathan, it's got to be a first pick Sora here, I feel like. Marcel?
I know you've been iffy about it.
Since there's a Harley off, since there's no Harley, Marcel might finally work. How did the Marcel get beat yesterday? What was it beat by? Hold
the
on.
Marcel
Where's
is
the
because, you know, they didn't have a front line. Yeah, and they just...
It was a heavy dive yesterday against the Marcel, so...
The same truth.
But there you go.
2, 1.
Can they make the first win for Marcel?
This would be its 4th time?
Yeah.
4th time in?
Oh.
It got let in yesterday. 4th time, it's got a 0% win rate. I don't know. We'll see. If there's a team that can do it, hopefully Leviathan can. It will be exciting. How will Night Horde respond? We said it before, the Harley was that was the first time we saw the Marcel get let through. The Harley was the instant response to it. Something that can just kind of prey on the fact that it doesn't have it's not a flicker mid laner roam. It doesn't really have much escape. It is a fast-moving hero, but can be an easy target in the early game. Hilda,
by heaven's mandate,
good pressure.
My legacy shall endure.
So does that mean they're gonna have a lot of early aggression, maybe invading the jungle?
Very much so.
Not just early aggression, right? The fact that Marcel, I think yesterday when we saw it, got beat by a Hylos in the roam position, right? Hylos is something that we usually don't see quite often, not big a fan of when it comes to playing the roam position, but then you get that dive capability. You can just bypass the front line, go straight to the back line with the Glorious Pathway, and it provided some sort of a stiff arm, and that's what this Hilda is going to do to the Marcel, not let him walk into the jungle quite easily. And the Uranus being picked up, the Suyo. Uranus is a pick that's been prioritized a lot recently. MPL-PH, MPL-ID in the first phase of the draft, especially against the Harley. So I think Leviathan, if they choose to let Harley go in the later games, they'll find it a little difficult. But here they do have something that could set up for success early. So Night Horde with that Alice being picked up, I mean, it's all right. You got massive set potential. Late game's kind of secured in that sense. There were a lot of tankiness. They just need someone that can dish out the damage, and I bet they want to get the carry on their side. Leviathan are not going to let that happen.
Yeah, I think that's a smart idea. Just ban out the carry, maybe ban the marksman. But also, Leviathan need a marksman here. So if you dig too deep and you only leave something like the Claude, oh, Night Horde's going the same exact way. So maybe it will just be a gold lane. But the thing is Night Horde has the advantage over banning out multiple marksmen on both sides because they get the first pick in second phase. So you kind of have to be careful there. You don't want to take out everything. If you're going to leave I think if you're going to get into really deep banning, you got to get rid of the Claude, you got to get rid of the carry, and then you have Granger left open, and Granger Moskov left open, which I like the Granger more right now, I think.
Yeah, we've
don't
seen
know. It's a tough
really good
situation.
gameplays from Granger yesterday.
We saw great Moskov from Zia too. It's just a bit of a slower late game. The Granger can kind of pop off in early to mid and in late. There's lots of possibilities. There goes the Sun ban. Also, do we think we're gonna see some spice from Night Horde, Chronos? So far, this draft's been pretty bland, you know?
That's what I was saying. Like, this is the problem that poses when you go against Leviathan, right? You need to start taking out these pocket picks in the second phase because you don't want to let them through with these pocket picks. That could be a big disaster on the other side, of course. I don't like the 1-1, to be honest. Like, Night Horde could have gotten away.
Hilda and Alice.
They still could have gotten away with it. They have the Zetian, right? You got a massive poke. You're just looking for some sort of a dive with the jungle, maybe a Leomord, and you're just melting down this 1-1. So
Joy ban.
I
was
think
literally about to say Joy would be a good jungle pick here. Sorry for interrupting.
no, you're fine. Because like getting to that as well, Joy is a great ban, but I think here in the jungle against the Suyo, maybe something magic heavy, but you already don't have that. Leomord's probably the best choice. In this case, you get that dive, but you're playing it in the hands of the Marcel. Not a lot of options left open if you look at the jungle pool, unless you wait it out, pick the gold laner first here, get the Granger, and then think about what you can go in later on.
I think you have to last pick jungle here because you want to see if Leviathan's going to go heavy crowd control.
Okay,
The rest of the team pick up the carry. It's solid. And then depending on what Leviathan's pick here, you can go for something like a Leomord if there's not some sort of like heavy Kalea, like something super. They go for the Lilia, they go for the Granger. They're good. Honestly, yeah, Leomord could work here.
But it's not the best. It's not the best. I don't think. I think if you go Leomord, you've really thrown yourself in a pickle. I think Eastern Shin to be solid, but against the Uranus, since you have the carry, it's a possibility. I think Eastern Shin would work out if you're looking at it, just because of the fact that you don't want to walk up to the Lilia. If you're playing the Leomord, same thing. The Granger can kite you really well. If not, maybe Nolan just to keep up a little faster. But even then, you're not going to be walking. You're not going to be able to walk into the jungle. Guinevere, I was going to say Guinevere is just like probably one of the best choices if you are Night Horde, and Shiro plays that so well too.
We'll see exactly what it ends up being. Now I'm waiting. I'm just waiting.
I know we're waiting.
I would sail across the cosmic sea to the
Nolan.
end of time.
Okay, then there we have it. Quick question. Do you think it's better to have the last pick or no?
Like for Night Horde? Like just, or being red side, getting that last pick?
But,
Last
yeah.
pick is super powerful. It's super powerful. Honestly, I think right now with the way the meta is, that's why red side does so well. You get last pick so you can flex something. It gives you more opportunity to have flexibility with your draft. You also get to fire back a first pick on second phase. And you get the swing back of 2 picks in first phase. Like, it's just, red side does just feel like it has a lot of advantages in a sense right now.
But even though red side does have its advantages, over the past week and a half, blue side has a higher win rate all over the world. Yeah, it does globally.
But what about here?
Here as well. Blue side has been having more wins compared to red side. Red side first week, the second week all of a sudden dropped to the blue side. So I would say blue side does have advantages, although red side always looks good. And I think we will find out about that later on. Indeed, folks, you're here, you're watching, you're ready to rock and roll, and we are too. It's the first game of the night with the first BO3 MCT AMER. Here we go. Leviathan versus the Night Horde. I know I got excited, but seems like we'll have to wait, Trax.
Psych. They gotta keep us on our toes. They gotta keep us on our toes, you know?
Yeah.
I guess we can talk a bit more about the draft.
Yeah, he got us so excited. I was like, let's go. You know, the first match on these two teams that we really want to see with the Marcel pick. I don't know. It's kind of the same situation. I feel like they don't have that kind of front line to protect. What do you guys think?
Hold on, we just don't what Shark did yesterday.
Yeah, we're making the shark faces. So here's the thing. I think once again, I'm looking at this lineup. My worry for the Leviathan lineup is lack of crowd control. And saying that, everyone's gonna be like, what do you mean? Marcel's got great crowd control. But it's extremely telegraphed crowd control. It's not big set, big play. At least I haven't seen it yet like that. You know, it doesn't catch someone off guard. It's good zonage. It's good pit control for lords and turtles and things like that. But in terms of big team fights, like trying to catch your opponent off guard, Leviathan doesn't really have that right now. They've got a Lilia, a Granger, a Suyo, a Uranus, an EXP laner with 0 crowd control, and Marcel pretty much. So, I mean, it's literally just Marcel as their crowd control.
Yeah.
I think if you're Leviathan, you're inviting pressure and you're happy to invite that pressure, right? Especially mid-game. But pre-mid-game, you know the Marcel is going to be super aggressive into the opposition, doesn't have a lot of crowd control like you mentioned. This is one of the reasons when Marcel came in, I was kind of iffy about it. But then looking at how you can play and build around that hero, it's super strong. That's why whenever Marcel gets picked up, a Suyo automatically comes into the picture because the Suyo does so much damage and maximizes the dive capability of what the Marcel has. But in this case, they're happy to invite the pressure. That's why the Lilia, that's why the Granger, the Uranus is just going to be on his own doing Uranus things. We know about that. He's just going to be off. It's going to be a 4-1 play that they're looking to make most of the time. And apart from that, it depends on how will the Night Horde really take charge, especially with the picks that they have. It just comes down to, are they going to be able to take control of this early mid-game that we saw yesterday, especially with the Nolan? And if they do get that early mid-game, it's going to be such a fast blitz that the Marcel's going to be completely useless because there's no way to kind of put a stop in their track. There's no speed bumps to the acceleration and the racing capabilities that they have on the other side.
Let's just say, you know, the Night Horde, they're doing really good in the beginning, and then you know, you see these Marcel gameplays on TikTok where they can, you know, zone out that jungle and then maybe steal that Lord. If we see something that like that happening, that could be a turning point for the game, though.
I mean, yeah, it could be a turning point. There's always the possibilities, for sure. My mind is going blank. Jungle pick for Night Horde was the Nolan. So, again, that's why they couldn't pick something like the Fredrin. That's why the Liam Ward might have been a little bit dangerous. Something like the Nolan, he doesn't have to sit around in the jungle pit, right? He can just kind of be patient, wait. So it's going to be hard for this Marcel to really capitalize on that ult, right? To even like catch someone in the Lord pit. As long as the Nolan's played correctly, you hang out in the bush, you wait for your moment to strike, and you never show yourself too much. Taking a look at, and this is how so many teams have been answering the Marcel. They've been picking these lineups that can play very split up. You have the Alice, you have the Hilda, you have Great Poke with his Etienne, you have heroes that don't need to be in one spot, right? So the Marcel will be lucky if he catches even 3 people, let alone 4 or 5 in one of those ults. If there's a team, I'm hoping Leviathan can pull it off, but it's definitely, I'm still just not sold yet completely.
And
what do you think, Rose?
You spoke about how they'll, you know what, I kind of lost track, bro. I'm not gonna lie, for a second.
It's okay.
For a second,
It's all
right. but
we're focusing on Marcel. Is it actually valuable? It's never going to catch the Nolan. So many teams have been dealing with it because of they just pick these split up compositions. Yeah.
No, that's where you had me. The split compositions, that global ultimate of the Zetian, right? That's the point I wanted to catch. I caught it, I let it slip, I put a pin on it, and I found it, put it back. So Zetian with that global ultimate will be such a big difference maker, because not only is that a tool for an initiation, it's a tool for re-engage, it's a tool to stop the dive that could come in later on, the re-engage that's possible from Leviathan. So clearly Night Horde have all the tools. But the only thing that catches me off guard is Night Horde every time don't win with picks that really make sense. They always win with picks that are kind of out of the meta. With Nolan being somewhere on the A to B tier in the jungle tier list that we could say. I don't think he's an S tier. I think we all agree he's not S tier in the jungle. He's not necessarily high A either. He's low A, high B maybe. So that could be the difference maker in this case. We're only going to find out. But I mean, we've been yapping for a while. People have been waiting. We're finally underway. It's a beautiful graphic that production always shows us before we get into the game. And finally, without further ado, game number 1 underway.
So, how do we approach this? We have, once again, some hot picks, and I like what you said about the Night Horde. Their draft is simple this time. It's straightforward. Can they win a game with a normal draft? That's the question on our minds, right? Do they need spice in their system to make things happen, or can they just play straightforward? And sometimes we see teams like this, I mentioned it last time, that pull out these crazy drafts, that have these crazy compositions, that do have trouble, honestly, playing well in just normal meta. And this is a good test. If Night Horde can win this game, then it's showing that they honestly just have lots of options in their textbook. So see exactly how it goes. We're already seeing pressure from Merlin, and in the mid side, Baj and Colleen.
Yeah, I mean, just trading a little bit of HP. Colleen doing a lot more instead. You can see that. Take a look at the roamers. I think Merlin definitely could have been out this battle, if you ask me. If he forced out flick, there you go. That's good news. Oh, he flickers himself. I don't think that was worth it. Oh no, the problem child. He got too greedy. Has to face consequences.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay that you died. It's not okay that Smash just got a kill this early on. This is what we were talking about with the Suyo, and exactly what Leviathan needs. Start getting that golden early on this Suyo to help you get through the early game and just dominate. So it's a good start for Leviathan, bad start for Night Horde.
Yeah, I think it could have been brilliant if they Hilda just backed off, right? Because there was no chance that Smash was able to get that kill. But now they get something back. They get the turtle indeed. That's the power of the Nolan. He's so fast in terms of farming that he can't catch up Merlin. He doesn't have the flicker. He might get caught again. Everything done to save him. He might be going down. Bethlehem just chasing him as much as he can. RR trying to do the best that he can to put a stop to it. And finally, the chase ends.
I mean, this is normal for a Hilda. You know, you're meant to go in. You're meant to be just get bruised up. Even if Merlin died there, it doesn't mean the Night Horde's just out of the game. You got to be a bit more careful about who you're giving the kills to. You know, I don't think it's a good idea to be giving all the kills to the Suyo, but if Merlin was to die a few more times, it's still very playable for Night Horde. You use the Hilda to get vision, you use the Hilda to slow them down as much as possible, and as long as you're doing that, how many deaths you get while doing that isn't the biggest problem.
Well, that is true. As long as the pressure is kept up. Shiro, fracture. Ooh, Black Shoes already baited out. That's some nice damage. With that fracture, those rifts are coming into play. But look at the top side. Bethlehem is just doing Uranus things, man. This is what we were talking about in the draft. Gonna play a 4-1 split. At the moment, the 4 on the bot side, at least from the bottom half. Merlin needs to play a little more wiser this time. Can't always be the aggressor. Forcing a flicker out of the mid lane. Yato back. Joy Bodge gets a tracking shot. Merlin looking to take somebody down low. But Leviathan, I don't think they just want to go with that.
So we'll see exactly where they do want to go with. The gold is sitting at a standstill right now. With that, I think it's still a very close game. Shiro hasn't really been able to pop off. He's been looking for moments, looking for possible kills, but Night Horde hasn't exactly been able to make it happen, because honestly on the side of Night Horde, with the Hilda, you don't have crazy crowd control either. Nothing that can really hold down a hero long enough for Shiro to get a full combo set off. So I think until these fights get to a point where it's 4 versus 4, maybe second, maybe even third turtle, that's when I think we're going to start seeing the big plays happen where multiple people are going down.
Oh, well, there it is. Judith the Phoenix popped in as well. Colleen flickered out early. Bethlehem doesn't have the mana to keep up, but look at them blitzing that turtle away. Retribution to secure it. This is the power of the Nolan again, coming into full effect. Level 8 compared to Smash's level 6, and neither of them have died a single time, and Smash are the one that got first blood. They might be getting Merlin. Again, he does have the flicker this time. Able to make it out. Kistler goes in. Smash trying to get in. The Shiro comes in as well. Fracture come out at any point. There it is. And he finds the kill along with the Throne of Ruin coming in from RR just to zone them away. The separation was enough.
Yeah, I mean, the bait, Merlin pulls them back. He keeps them in the river, and the straggler Smash gets left behind, you know, a little bit too far from the pack, and quickly Shiro and the rest of the team jump in, and Shiro looking for more right now. Now he might be in a bad spot.
Merlin, he dives in this time. Oh, he gets the kill, but it's worth the trade.
Very much so worth the trade. Now there's been a death in the jungler, death in the gold laner. Night Horde have finally taken that standstill of gold up to about 1,000 as Kistler chips down onto this tower. I want to see what's going on down there because Kistler is still fighting forward.
Nah, I don't think he's able to get that tower. Joybot's able to get a nice tracking shot to put them in place. Gets that clear. And looking at that, Trex, Nolan, Blade of the Heptaseas. And on the other side, Smash just wants to run the same thing. No boots, just sock and get that Sky Piercer.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Kistler's going to finally be able to get that tower down bot as well. Sky Piercer, like you said, locked in for Smash. A lot of damage on RR, though.
Yeah, he's trying to make it out, but the snipe could come in with the Detonata. And there's the first stack of the Sky Piercer. Smash just got it, too.
You know, something we didn't cover that does need to be talked about. Smash right now has taken the jungle position. Foe not playing. Oh, my Foe not playing. This is his debut in MCT AMER right now. And so far, hasn't been a bad game overall. Merlin in a little bit of trouble. Will go down. ISO, or Yato getting the kill there. But as I'm saying, Smash, debut game on MCT, able to keep up right now. Seems to be very much so in sync with the team.
Yeah, I know. It seems like a rejuvenated team at the moment with Smash being there. And not just that, I think going for a killing spree as well, looking to survive longer in these team fights. So with that Suyo, finally get their hands on the first turtle. They get a tier 1 on the top side. Yes, the waves are crashing on the bot side, but Shiro, with all the early pressure he has and the 2-level advantage, we want to see a little bit more out of Nolan.
Yeah, I mean, he still has time. He still has time. And yeah, I think you're right. I didn't even notice that. 2 levels ahead right now. I have a feeling Night Horde's just taking things slow, waiting for the big moment. And they do have the damage, the possibilities there, but now...
It's that big moment.
We finally got to see it happen. We finally got to see it happen.
It's a nasty golden hour, man. Nasty.
I love that. It's perfect opportunity to hit those recalls real quick and be like, yep, you're about to die, yo.
They can't really do anything about it as well, can they? Probably just tilted, throwing his phone down, making sure he gets them back at some point. But one good thing, at least for the Night Horde, is that there was no sort of a big bounty on his head, right? So maybe that could be good. They're still 2 levels ahead. Smash catching up at the moment. They're protecting the purple as much as they can. 50 seconds to the Lord. A lot of pressure on the bot side. Shiro finally gets his purple. Merlin shouldn't be trying to take that. He doesn't want that smoke at the moment, because Granger is able to hit from far.
Yeah, so no purple there for the side of Night Horde. Did Shiro's good. Shiro's able to get all of his buffs right now, still standing strong. The fact that he just died and already has an orange and a purple, he is moving around fast. Look at the damage onto the Uranus right now. He can still be a threat. First Lord going to be up in 20 seconds. This is where the real pop-off is going to happen. I think Leviathan, the way they move into this, control Lord Pit, keep Baj maybe not on the front line, somewhere he can surprise him. Look at the damage on a Smash. This is what I mean when I say that. But Yato picks up Colleen on the mid side, still holding down the mid lane very strongly.
And they're going to be able to do it. This is a nice bit of a power spike. 6 to 8 minutes. Leviathan moving like a unit as they should. And the best part being, they're utilizing Bethlehem in the front lines and then allowing Yato to dish out the damage with those glooms, slow down the opposition, and ISO's just free hitting, and there's no way anyone can catch up to him. Only RR can. And to be honest, he's just not there in the fights. He's too busy clearing the sides. Colleen has the range, but it's not possible. Look at Joybot goes in. A framed moment, trying to get a perfect picture of the Night Horde to get them in place. Maybe another golden hour to make everything work.
All right, Shiro, though, that's who we got to keep our eyes on. He's got to find a way. And look at the throne of Ruin.
Ruin in the backline as well. Finally catching Smash. Merlin gets the job. Shiro finds ISO. And Merlin with the aggression finds a double. Make that a triple. No, into the hands of Kistler. A massive shutdown just as he picks up the DHS. Meanwhile, the Uranus just can't do anything about it. They should be able to secure the Lord now even and find a goal lead on their side, the Night Horde.
You know, I would almost debate that wait a second, still more damage in the mid.
Oh, you have to flicker out. He almost went down too.
That was rough. This is Night Horde are continuing to take huge advantage after huge advantage. I was gonna say I would almost argue Throne of Ruin, about the same range as the Golden Hour, right? About the same circle size, but it's a lot more surprising. Maybe it's not 3 seconds long like the golden hour, but I would almost, this is what I mean. I just feel like there's other ults that do very similar set potential. They're just not as, they're not as telegraphed, and you can attack from long range and pop up out of nowhere. And this is why the Marcel for me just hasn't hit hard enough. It's fun to watch, it's cool, but I'm still waiting for the big pop-off moment.
And we don't like cool at this point. We want something that works. You can see Golden Arrow comes in, stops the Lord. Bethlehem taking a lot of damage. Lord's going to crash in. ISO does the damage with the Rhapsody. Lord taken away. A little bit of a tickle in the mid lane inhibitor. Top tier 2's gone, bot tier 2 as well. The only thing left standing is the Holy Shield on the top side. Look at the glooms just blowing up in the face of Merlin. Shiro baits out the black shoes. Didn't even have to use the fracture for it. So I'd say a good defense from Leviathan.
Yeah, I mean, a good defense for what they had. After taking that big of a wipe, the fact that they didn't lose any inhibitors is very strong for them. They still hold a holy defense in the top tower, so they're still able to, if one of those waves pushes down, which the fact that Lord pops up on bot side, it's good that they have that holy defense there. Shiro, though, right now, with the moves and grooves, this guy is in and out of every fight so quickly. Earlier in that Lord fight, he picked up ISO in a split second, got back to his team, re-engaged. The guy is all over the place.
That's what he's got to do. That's what he needs to do. And they need to take charge with RR going in if you're Night Horde. Oh, wait, Golden Hour. Oh, no, he missed it. Caught nobody. Did you see that? Golden Hour in the purple buff area? This is exactly like you said. It's too telegraphed. It's too forthcoming. You can see it coming a mile away, and you can just dodge it. But the one good thing they have is they have the Granger to add a layer to it.
But maybe if the animation was a little faster, that could be a, like if it happened quicker, you know, then he's broken, right? Yeah. It's like whenever they changed Arlot's final slash to where you can see where the slash is about to come, he very much fell out of the meta after that. He was still a good pick. There's still some EXP laners that will run with him, but it made his skill much easier to dodge. It completely telegraphed it. And the thing is Marcel's, you see the circle pop up, it's easy to read, and you quickly either flicker, run out, do whatever you can. It's not exactly a hard skill to dodge, to say the least.
It is true. And I doubled down on that factor too. The fact that it's so slow, you can expect it coming a mile away, makes it difficult for the team to follow up with it. Or rather, makes it easier for the opposition to do something with it. Oh, this is a golden hour. To catch only Merlin. Not the right target you're looking for. RR forced back a little bit. Look at Shiro. Look at go to the back line. Here comes a flicker along with the Thorn of Ruin. Now they take down ISO. Has the Platinum Sap shield, but goes down by Kistler. Moving forward. A lot of damage to Joy Bodge, but Shiro finds a triple. The only two left standing are the tanky ones. And what can they even do without the help of the damage dealers? Now they're marching in. Bot side's going to be the target. Inhibitor should fall at any moment. Joy Bodge, Bethlehem trying, saving their mid lane inhibitor. And I don't think they even want that. They're locking down the crystal. Kistler says, let's go for it. This is the one they want to call home. And the minions marching in and finally find the angle, take the crystal. Game one, the Night Horde, a clean, crisp performance, Trex.
They saw that moment. They didn't even need the Lord. We know we got a wave coming down the mid, a wave coming down the bot. You've got two heroes to defend. With a 5k gold lead, they knew they could end it, and they just pushed it in so cleanly. Even after the last minion left, it's like, wait, we have an Alice. Just take tower shots so we get a couple more hits in. And they were able to do that. They were able to finish off the base without minions in range. A very clean game from Night Horde. And once again, Marcel 0% win rate, fourth game. Layla, thoughts?
Speaking of Alice, actually, it just reminds of me like how dangerous she really actually is, because I think after the revamp and her ult with that immobilize, and then if you pair it with a flicker, nobody's gonna see that coming. And then the set that she just had during that mid game, it was a great set.
Honestly, for both, Alice won that game from, what was it, First Lord? We saw the big set. The two team fights that mattered the most in that game were because of that Alice Throne of Ruin. So amazing plays by them.
I was going to say, who do you think your MVP is? Is it still Alice? Or is it...
Whoever had the best KDA.
I'm thinking Merlin, man. I'm thinking Merlin. Not going to lie. RR did a fantastic job. but Merlin applied the pressure so much and made sure it didn't matter who he was chasing after. If he got you locked in, he will flicker. He will fight you under the tower. Tier 2, no problem. I am diving in all the way. So I think that kind of a fear factor back in the minds of Yato and ISO could have made a big difference.
Yeah, when I'm playing, I do still ban Hilda because it's just so annoying when she gets onto you. You just can't get away. Like, why you have to go chase me? And speaking of Marcel, I mean, yes, he didn't win, but he did work really well with Yato, and they had some really good pick-offs, and you see that's what I feel like Marcel is for, to start with those pick-offs, and that could actually change the game.
Yeah, I guess once again, maybe it's the lineup around it. Maybe it's the lineup around it. But for me, even then, to have a hero constantly on the ban list and it needs a precise lineup just to work is questionable to me. We'll see exactly how it goes. I'm still not a complete doubter. The hero still seems possible, but I have to see more from it. Nighthorde, on the other hand, I mean, they knew exactly what they needed to do this game. Even after Merlin dying a few times early on, we're able to take the win. It does go to Shiro, though. MVP on the Nolan. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, the guy was smooth. The smooth criminal for sure was just able to pick up kills here and there. In those fights, every time the Throne of Ruin came in, he was so fast to follow up. He always knew exactly where he needed to hit and at what time to do it.
Well, gets in, finds the target, Fracture out of there, able to get a kill, at least bait out the black shoes, maybe a couple of flickers. But when they're not, he definitely looked to take them down. The only one thing I'd say would be bothering him is that they got a moment, right? Leviathan got a clip out of him where they were recalling his face in that golden hour. But then again, brush it off. Maybe try and get one of your own in the next game. Looking for some good advantage. But I think well played. And one thing I want to point out here, none of us would have really noticed, the emblem. Didn't go for the assassin emblem, it's the marksman emblem. The buff that came into the penetration it provides from 5% to 10%, make it a massive difference here.
Oh, that's
Good
a very
point out,
interesting.
honestly.
Yeah.
New patch,
Definitely,
man. New patch.
definitely something. New patch, new game, new plays, and that's. I'm wondering if we're going to see that pretty much from all the Nolans now. And this hero is a hero that is slowly becoming more popular. First, we saw it from U2 as just kind of a clutch jungle pick. They were able to win a game with it. Did U2 end up winning that game when they picked the Leviathan? I'm pretty sure they did. So this hero has had a decent win rate overall, and it's not even just a third global ban type of hero pickup. We're seeing it sometimes in game 1, we're seeing it in game 2. It is a hero that has kind of stayed strong. You mentioned it not being S tier, but still a very strong situational pick.